We're on.
Hi there. My name's Mike King, Triple Diamond Valentus, and we've got a group that's called the Take Control Team. And on that Take Control Team, we're growing leaders. We're learning from the best in the industry, and we're all stretching and growing and becoming more than we were. And we're all getting out of those ruts in our lives and becoming educated and more valuable to the people around us. So today we're going to do an interview with one of the most hardworking, energized, vision. She's a visionary. She knows what her goals are, and she makes no excuses getting there. Cathy Gregory from Fort Macleod, Alberta, and she just happens to be my older sister. When I joined Valentus, Cathy and Doug, her husband, were the first two people I talked to because really starting something fresh and new to me was a scary thing, and to share it with someone that I really looked up to and trusted was really important to kind of see if I was doing the right thing. And it was more of an approval thing than enrolling my sister thing. So huge respect for this lady. So let's get off to a good start here. And Cathy Gregory slash maiden name King. Really what I'd like to ask you is, first things first, maybe just give a short little introduction, and we'll get a little deeper into your past and your present and your future as we go on this interview. But give people just a quick preview of Cathy Gregory, and then we'll continue on with the interview.
Okay. Well, I'm 55. I'm going to be 56 in June. And to me, it used to be like, I don't want to tell anybody how old I am, but now I actually take pretty good pleasure in it, because I really don't know what it is supposed to feel like to be 55 or 56, except for I want to live my best life. And so that's, for me, that's who Cathy Gregory is, and I think I always have wanted to live my best life, but you kind of get sidetracked and stuck in ruts along the way. But I am definitely passionate to be here for as long as my body can be here on this earth and live my best life. So really, that's what I am, Mike, right now, is I'm a person that just wants to live my best life. And I'm a mom. I have two kids. Logan is going to be 24 in May, and my daughter, Sarah, is going to be 23. So they're 16 months apart. And they're doing awesome. They're just Logan's graduating from university with a kinesiology degree, and is really he's really going to be great in the field that he's chosen, because he's passionate about being a healthy guy, and really proud of him. And Sarah is in nursing, living in Canmore and living her life in the mountains and loving it. My husband Doug and I have been married for almost 25 years, and just in June we'll be married 25 years. So I guess we're in the 20s, 25, 22, we're in the 20s. But so just really a proud mom, and really excited about what I'm doing right now.
And so that's one of the most important things I think that we've all found is our passion. And there's a few things I want to ask you. And can you walk people through your life ruler that you've presented on stage with, and it's really captured the imagination and attention of many people in the crowds when you give them that visual? Can you just walk people through that quickly?
Yeah, actually, I was a business partner, Marcy Stockton, and I were at a chiropractor's info session one night, and he did this visual for me, and it stuck. And so he took this tape measure And, statistically, people live approximately 80 years of your life. And so he took that tape measure and he's like, every foot of that tape measure, we're speaking feet here, is 1 year of your life. And so he made us really think about how many feet have you gone through. And for me, 55. And then when you look at that average of 80, you're like, okay, I've gone over half of my life here. And so how is the last part of your life going to be? And so that made me really visually take a look at it and really make it kind of open my eyes to, wow, right? And so, yeah, you look at the first part of your life, and I think that's where this chiropractor came and said, where are you right now in your wellness? Because a lot of people get to my age, 55 or 60, 65, they're thinking of retirement, and they've had all these dreams all their life, and they get to that age, and then the things that they've done, the habits they've done throughout that tape measure have got them in trouble. And then the last part of their 35 years, a lot of times people are living the last 10 or 15 years of their life in illness or sickness, or trying to figure out how to get what they did this whole time under control. So that tape measure to me was a huge wake-up call that, how do I want to live this last piece? So does that explain kind of what you wanted me to explain, Mike?
Sure does. And so that leads into the question I have for you. Who were you, Cathy, 5 years ago? And where did it look like you were headed? And then move into who you are right now. And then move into where you see yourself 5 years from now. And so there's a 10-year span, 5 years ago and 5 years ahead. Walk yourself from 5 years ago to 5 years ahead, and it'll really show the growth that we've had here in Valentus. And maybe it'll encourage people to reach out and ask for some help.
Well, that was before my tape measure talk. So I was going along, right? And so I was a mom, and yeah, you go through raising your kids, and my kids were both really active in sports. And so, it was a whole bunch of attention on other people and not a ton on me. But that's what most people do, is they're doing so much for everybody else, they forget about themselves. And so I don't even know how it happened that I was 40 pounds overweight, and I didn't even feel it coming on. I didn't even realize it. Even when I was there, I just started wearing vests, and I started wearing bigger t-shirts, and I started hiding behind things, but I wasn't aware, because I wasn't paying attention to me. And then 3 years ago, when you came to me, and I thought, well, yeah, maybe I should pay attention. And so I started paying attention, but it still was a process for me, because I honestly didn't think that I had 40 pounds to lose. Honestly, I didn't. I thought maybe 20. And, I kicked the scale under the bed. I think at a certain point, you just kind of ignore it, and you don't think it's like, I'm not going to look anymore. And so that's where I was 5 years ago, Mike, is I wasn't really paying attention. And I look at some of the pictures now, and I know, like, I'm not inactive. I walk. I love walking. I think growing up on the farm, we are addicted to the fresh air. I think we are. I think we need to be outside. So I was doing all that stuff, but I still was 40 pounds overweight. And I was not paying attention to myself. So all of a sudden I started looking after some things. And so that was not paying attention. And then I got a big whack on the side of my head, and I started paying attention to me. And so today I am totally 100% looking after me first. I don't, it's a habit that you have to make for yourself. And I was actually telling you earlier, Mike, that some of the things that you do at the beginning of the day, you need to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, look after you first. Because other stuff always comes at you. but I've made it a habit now to look after me first. And in the process of looking after me first, um, that's where I'm at now, is I'm looking after me and my future. You want me to tell what I see in 5 years from now? Well,
Yes.
the last 3 years, it's only been getting better. I've been getting better at looking after me and passionately influencing other people around me to look after themselves and not wait for a crisis. And I think that's where, you know, don't wait for a crisis. I think we've learned to be proactive now instead of reactive. And we've watched our parents not be proactive, and they lost their bodies, they lost their lives, they lost their minds, they lost their health. And so I think I have learned to be proactive and not wait for crisis. So 5 years from now, all I'm going to do is keep being proactive. I'm going to keep looking after myself. And obviously, we can't really predict the future, but we can sure make positive steps to make better future. I'm hoping for sure. That's kind of where I see myself in 5 years. I see myself passionately helping a lot of other people. And sometimes I feel like I need a hammer in my hand. Like I think I'm getting the posture now where I was afraid before, but I'm getting the posture of going, listen to me, right? So that's kind of where I see myself.
So, so that takes people from where you were to where you are now to where you want to be. How important do you think it was for you to come on a connect call with someone that was really well educated on the industry, on nutrition, on the way the body works? How much confidence did that give you to get on a phone call with someone that had been there, that is doing it, that has made a difference? You know, I like to use the terminology MAD, mad. Um, the world is running around mad, but is anyone actually making a difference? And so MAD can stand for quite a few different things, you know, MAD, you know, mad. Are you mad? I'm absolutely mad right now because I know I'm making a difference. And so it throws people off when I do say, you know, I'm mad, you know, I'm really making a difference now, and it gives us a passion. So just in you know, in a short version here, just tell us the importance of meeting people doing what we wish to do and that are way more educated than us.
Yeah. Well, I think one of my missions now, like just to go there real quick, is I don't want people to die with their music still inside them. And I think that, and if I wasn't introduced to success, and because I probably would have said no to you, I was being closed-minded. I was looking at people who were failing, and I didn't want to be a failure. So, that doesn't work, and those guys failed, so I'm probably going to fail too. And instead of having that mindset, we had to open our minds, and the only way that I was going to do that, you weren't going to convince me because you weren't successful yet. So you had to connect me with somebody who had success. And so luckily, I wasn't closed to that. I said, okay, like I have nothing to lose by listening to somebody successful. And thank you for doing that, because I probably would have said no. I might have tried the products, and well, obviously they worked for me and I would have been a happy customer. But as far as the opportunity goes, unless you would have connected me to success, or uh, do what happened to our brother Neil, and he'll listen to this and go, oh, he waited for a while, right? And I probably would have been that person that you had to prove it to me, and you would have, but I would have waited a little while. And so I'm really glad that I didn't wait, and that you had connected me to success for sure. Yep. So
So so you know, that's a point that I just wanted to get across to the, you know, the people that might watch this recording is be open to learn things, become educated. Education empowers us. It gives us confidence. And we can't become educated until we learn from someone else that's educated. And so if we want to get out of that rut in our life, we really need to start listening to people that are doing different things. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck in that forever. And I think your story is the same as my story, and it's the same as so many stories, is we get stuck in that rut of doing the same thing every day. We get in that rat race of wake up in the morning, we make our breakfast, we get in a panic mode to get to work, we get in that irritated traffic jam, we get to our workplace irritated, and we're the other mad. We're mad at the world, we're mad at the government, we're mad at the lineups, and we come home in another panic mode to get supper ready, and life is just a big panic. And to change that, we've all found a solution.
Yeah.
And I think it's a real powerful industry. Network marketing has a really bad rap, and I think we can change that as a Take Control Team organization. We're empowering people to become leaders. We're empowering people to show others that it's possible to change. And it's really important to listen to leadership. It's important to listen to people that are doing what we wish to do. And like you always say, Cathy, what are your two things you always tell people to have in their life? It's right consistency and persistence.
Yeah.
That's your number two things. So
Yeah.
I guess to kind of end our interview here, where do you want to take this? What level do you want to take this leadership role that you have, and the effect we're having on people? Where do you want to go with this?
Well,
Future?
I really want to sit here in the public eye, because I think that we do have a voice, and a lot of people die with their voice inside them. And everybody's looking for mentors and leaders that are going to help them get out of the rat race. And so my role is to help people follow success and lead by example, and never quit. I have it actually written, how to succeed, right here on a little recipe card. And it says you need to be persistent and consistent. And a lot of people are consistent with things, but if you don't persist with it and keep doing it, you will not get it. And so my goal is to help people not give up and not quit. Don't ever quit on yourself. And your journey in life is not just a little goal that you set for a couple of months, like say just weight loss, for instance. I'm going to get into shape for my summer clothes and then quit, because then you're going to just go right back to where you were. And so my goal as a leader here is to help people to stay persistent and consistent, and get out of the rat race. We're here. Our life should be lived to the fullest, 100%, until you die. And I don't want people to die with the music still inside them. So I guess as a leader, Mike, I really we're here to help people. We're not here to get people. We're here to help people, and we found solutions for sure. Yeah. So
Awesome. No, I really appreciate your time today, as always, Cathy, and you give so much to so many people with everything you're becoming more educated on, and I really think that you've taken control of your life. You rule your life. You give people time that you give people now. You're not required to be at a job, but you give yourself to that job. And so, you've done what we all aspire to do. is totally take control of your time and the people that you bring into your life and the people that you give your time to. And, you know, you're a huge example. I appreciate everything that you do for the Take Control group organization, and Valentus congratulates you on your efforts.
I think one more thing I'd like to say about time, Mike, is that this has been probably why I would have closed the doors to you at the beginning, is we've been falsely led with the network marketing industry that you can make this a plan B and you can retire right away. And it's like a lottery ticket, and it's not like a lottery ticket. And you have to work hard, and you have to persist and consist, and you have to understand the industry and follow the right leaders. So thank you to Dave and Joyce, because and Ted Wilson and all the amazing leaders who have been in this industry for 30 years. It's an amazing industry, but you have to have the elements in place. And so I'm thankful that I can help get people to understand that we have the right elements with this company. So, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And I guess that that completes our interview with Cathy Gregory, leader on the Take Control team.
Thanks, Mike.
All right.